Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Peter Siegel's My Spy, the man who brought you all of Adam Sandler's movies in the early 2000s, and then Get Smart. And now the most anticipated film of 2020 because I've been watching trailers for My Spy on and off for almost a year and a half now. Because this was supposed to come out last summer and they're like, oh crap, Stuber's coming out. We probably shouldn't release two Dave Bautista movies at the same time. And then it got pushed back. And then got pushed back. And then COVID happened. And then it's like, oh crap. And Amazon's like, mine now. And now you can stream it on Amazon Prime. The saga of My Spy is probably a lot more interesting than the actual story that happens in My Spy. But this film has its charm. Really, Dave Bautista is the one that really makes this worthwhile because he is definitely the straight man of... He takes his character seriously, but has fun with how he reacts to the absurdity of different moments in this film. This feels like a strange mixture of like a kindergarten cop with Leon the professional, because it's like this little girl who wants to be trained to be a spy. And honestly, Chloe Coleman is adorable. She has a lot of charisma, and she works great up against Dave Bautista in this film. And there's not a whole lot of depth to a whole lot of the characters here, and there's a couple of moments where I still laughed, and no matter how many times I heard, this looks like the wedding at the end of Shrek line from Kristen Shaw, I still laughed watching the movie from it, because Dave Bautista goes so all in on dancing in this one particular scene, and he looks so absurd, but he looks like he's really trying and having a good time doing it. I'm like, I can't help but enjoy it. But that was another thing. There was a lot of referential humor in here, and especially the climax, which I'm sitting there with my girlfriend watching this, and we're like, this feels like a ripoff of one of the set pieces from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then Kristen Shaw's like, this looks really familiar. Like, I feel like the only thing missing here is Nazis, and I'm like, just because you make a referential joke about it doesn't mean it's not lazy writing, you ripping off the climax of another movie. That's the kind of movie you're getting out of this. And I think my favorite film from Peter Siegel is definitely Get Smart. I absolutely loved Get Smart. And it was a fun action comedy that had a lot of fun action in it. This film feels like it's a bit way too over-edited, and the CGI is really bad. And like, the ending set piece has way too much CGI in it, and it's just, after a while, it's a little overbearing, but there's enough charm in it, and I appreciated the chemistry between Bautista and Chloe Coleman, and I felt their budding little relationship here. It's just so generic, and this film doesn't go in any surprising ways. The villain is cookie cutter as hell. And in general, it's a fine film. I feel like kids are really going to enjoy it. And it's easy. It's on Amazon Prime. So, show your kids this. It's a kids recommend. For adults, not really. But those are my thoughts on My Spy. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.